Hello and welcome to the next review on Fist Entertainment. Today we will be reviewing Saw 2. It's part of the Saw collection box set I have right here. Well, this is my least favorite one out of all the Saw films. I think part of the reason why I did rewatch this movie, and my opinion of Saw 2 has not changed. One of the biggest reasons is that for the most part, our characters in this movie are annoying. I mean, like there's a couple of these characters that are trapped within this scenario that frankly annoy the hell out of me. The female characters in this movie annoy the hell out of me. But we'll get into that when I talk about what the movie's about. Well, Saw 2 takes place say about a few months or a year after the events of the first movie. And basically, Jigsaw is toying around with a detective. The guy's name is Detective Matthews. And basically, he has set in motion a game with multiple people involved. One that doesn't belong, a bunch that do. Detective Matthews is your definition of a dirty cop. He'll do anything to get his case, including planting evidence, framing individuals. Well, the people he planted evidence to get convictions and framed are the test subjects in Jigsaw's newest diabolical game. They all have been poisoned with that same poison that Zepp from the previous film had. So basically they are all poisoned and have about 120 minutes to find the antidote to the poison that is coursing through their veins. And of course the one that doesn't stand out, doesn't belong in the group, would be Detective Matthews' teenage son. And basically, these characters are annoying. All of them. Like there's this alpha male character who is just a major pain in the ass. He has a big attitude with everybody. Just wants to scare the fuck out of literally everybody. When the goal is to try to survive and try to find an antidote, this guy is just a pain. And I just cannot stop but hate this guy. It just drives me nuts. There's this editor guy, this black guy who keeps whining about how he's worried about his family on the outside, all that stuff, and talking about being in the yard in prison. It's like, man, this is not a ghetto movie. This is a Saw movie. You can keep your ghetto talk to yourself. Now, I have all respect for ghetto people. I have a lot of friends who have done time. Crap, I have done time, obviously, due to having DUI and stuff, which is the reason why I did quit drinking. But it was probably a blessing in disguise. For me, it's done wonders. But I'm not going to go around and preach that you do not know about life if you had never suffered, going in behind bars or whatever. And this guy just kind of came across to me as a guy like that, and I don't like guys like that. And there's the typical annoying cliche dizzy blonde. He just cries and complains all the time. There's these other ones, and all the characters are just stupid. They do make very stupid decisions. I would say that Saw 2 gives the typical camp counselor in the Friday the 13th film franchise a little run for who's more stupid at times. I would say that the story of the movie is an interesting story. It actually has a very interesting plot. Kind of interesting they could do all that with so many different people. While all this is going on, or we believe while it's going on, Jigsaw is actually being interrogated by Detective Matthews in his lair. So we actually get to see Jigsaw up close and personal in this movie, played brilliantly by Tobin Bell. That's probably one of the best highlights of the film, is that Tobin Bell did his best performance as Jigsaw in the second movie. And basically, he's trying to tell Detective Matthews, just talk to me, and you will see your son again. And he was just going frantic. He was panicking, doing very dumb things, to try to get to the bottom, because he doesn't believe that if he just sits there and talks to Jigsaw that he'll see his son again. What's funny is, if he did, he would have. By the end of the movie, Detective Matthews gets chained down in the same, isolated chamber piece area that Lawrence Gordon and Adam were in the first movie. And miraculously, if he was set down, he would have found out that everything on the monitors showing the test subjects and all that stuff, all the people in captivity, was pre-recorded. It was in playback. It happened hours ago. And if he would have sat down and talked to Jigsaw and just shut up about trying to get all violent and frenzy with him, when the timer ticked down, he would have seen his son, safe and sound. So that's what's very interesting about the movie, is how it does that interesting thing at the end. That's pretty much the premise of the story. And if I offend anybody on what I said there, I am sorry. I think the easiest way to say it, they romanticize. They completely romanticize being a convict, or being a drug addict, or being a troublemaker in this movie, and it drives me nuts. It's part of the reason why I don't like the movie. This is a Saw movie that would be enjoyed if drug dealers, drug addicts, alcoholics, they have done time behind bars, and gangsters and people like that would sit down and enjoy, because it's aimed towards that audience. I'm sorry, it's right there in your face throughout the entire movie, from the very beginning to the very end. And it's like, no. If it weren't for all that, this film would be a brilliant movie, but it does that. That said, though, there are parts of Saw 2 I do like. I do like the intriguing stories, the subplot routines in the movie, but I just can't get over that. It's so blindly in your face. I mean, it's right there. Now let's talk about the audio and video quality. Very intense 5.1 Dolby Digital track, just like the first movie. Lots going on, dramatic. This one plays like a scare factor in the movie itself. The sound, the picture. This one is more warm, color temperatured at most scenes in the movie, but still has that very overly digital look that Lionsgate was doing at the time. However, though, what I found interesting about the picture is that at times, depending on the scenery of the movie, it would shift from warm to more of a cool temp, neutral kind of temperature template with the picture. And well, that's pretty much my views on Saw 2 from 2005. Did you like Saw 2? Did you not like Saw 2? Did you understand why I don't like Saw 2? Do you agree with why I don't like Saw 2? Let me know below. As always, subscribe, share this video, check back at me from time to time. I will see you next time for my review of Saw 3. And like I said, do not get mad at me if you see me talking bad things about the Saw movies. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the Saw films. There are some I like for example, I do like Part 3. I thought Part 5 was pretty good. 6 was actually interesting. Saw 7 was fine. Jigsaw, believe it or not, was actually surprising. I thought it was the best of the series, but there's just a lot of movies that, it's like, how many times can you tell the same story over and over and over? But that's the fun about reviewing movies. You can go ahead and do that. Pick on the movies. You can go ahead and like the movies. You can hate one of the movies and have fun doing it. Well, I will see you next time for my review on Saw 2. Sorry to take it back. See you next time for my review on Saw 3. We'll see you next time.